Hi everyone, I'm Valda, and today I am doing a manga tour video because I realized I have over 500 volumes of manga, which is actually pretty surprising because I have a small space for it, and I didn't realize how much manga I have jam-packed into my room, which I am going to show today. So let's get started on the video. Into the world of lights. Okay, so we're starting off with the only real shelf that I really own, which is this shelf. Yay! Okay, so this is not manga. Those are figures, but this is not manga. So starting off with the manga, got Fruits Baskets, collector's editions here. And then The Way of the House Husband, which, by the way, none of my manga is in alphabetical order or any order because, like I said, I don't have room. Things go where they fit. So Fruits Baskets, collector's edition, pretty little rainbow there. Which, fun fact, did not like Fruits Baskets so much when I originally read it like 15 years ago in middle school. But as an adult, I love it, which is same thing kind of with Full Metal Alchemist, which I'm collecting as well. Because for some reason when I was younger, I just did not appreciate them. I don't know why. But as an adult, fully appreciate. So I'm glad I waited on collecting them because now I get the collector's editions. And speaking of collector's editions, I have Legend of Zelda collector's editions, or legendary editions here, which are basically just kind of fan service. And then you have Twilight Princess, which is much longer than any of the stories adapted here. But it's adapted pretty well. It's very nice. And then just look at the Fizz curse as they change their logos. Without warning, it's like, hi, I'm going to be a square, and then I'm going to get rid of the square and completely change it. So this looks nice, but then I have some other manga where it completely changes color, and it just, why? The question is, why do they do this? As a collector, it makes me very mad. So we're gonna put the nice little picture back here and ignore this. This is how I collect manga. I collect based on what's in stock and what's on sale. So I have Children of the Whales here, up to 11, and then 14. So I can't continue reading it. And then I have Beyond the Clouds, which is a new manga, which is cute. Not sure if I'm gonna continue it, but it's like a cute fantasy manga. I have Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, which I've only seen the first anime season, have actually not read this and have owned it for years. I'm really bad at reading light novels. I will like own them and not read them, which is a bad habit. Do not do it. Like, do not pick up a light novel unless you can actually read the first volume. Then I have Hatsune Miku Bad at Night, which is an adaptation of Hitoshi Sugu's Vocaloid songs. This is probably the only Vocaloid adaptation I will recommend because I will show you more. And let me tell you, Vocaloid manga adaptations of Vocaloid songs they are not good. They are usually very disappointing. And it's not worth your money. But Bad at Night was actually pretty good. And then here's more light novel hell. Disappearance of Hatsune Miku, I have not read. Do not know what it's about. I just bought it because it's Vocaloid. Then we have Unofficial Hatsune Mix, which is by the artist Kei, who designed Miku, Rinlen, and Luca. But it's unofficial. It's just a bunch of random short stories. So if you like the designer who designed Miku, Rinlen, and Luca, you might enjoy this, but it's just a bunch of nonsense, really. So, Tanya the Evil? Saga of Tanya the Evil. I have not read yet. I've only seen the anime. I don't know why I buy light novels and then I don't read them. This is probably why I don't own very many of them. Same thing with ReZero, but I got this at a used bookstore, so I don't feel bad about this one. And I realized I completely skipped over Witch Hat here, which is such a cute manga. If you love like magic and fantasy, you'll probably really like this one, which I can't pronounce fully because I can't pronounce French words. How do you say this? Is it like Witch Hat Atelier? Atali something? I don't know. I don't speak French. So what is down here is mainly lots of art books, and here is a bunch of Suzunosuke art books. And then another Suzunosuke art book, which is the official one. Well, I mean, they're all official, but this one is like officially printed or something. I don't know. I have one volume of like Shueisha only because it has the last chapter of a manga that isn't even in English, so I don't know why I'm mentioning it, but it has the last chapter of Nanoka no Kare. Back to my bad collection habits, I have Sailor Moon 1 to 4 and 8. Why 8? Because it has my favorite character on it, and it's pink and pretty, and that's why, and I can't continue reading because I don't have the other volumes. Then I have the Zelda not manga here. We have Hyrule Historia, the Encyclopedia, which for some reason is not opened. I don't know why we didn't open it. And then Arts and Artifacts. Hi guys, I realized I forgot to talk about 2 smaller mangas up in this collection that I kind of just glossed over, so I'm gonna mention them real quick. One is The Way of the House Husband, which is a comedy manga. It's about a ex-Yakuza member who turns into a house husband. He is quite excellent at it in everything he does. And it's just really funny because people are very intimidated by him based on how he looks. He looks like he belongs in a gang and stuff along those lines. So just a bunch of comedy ensues based on his appearance. And he'll say things that are in regards to him doing like house husband things that people think he's referring to Yakuza things. So if you just want a good laugh, this is a really good manga to pick up and read. And then the other manga that I kind of just glanced over was Children of the Whales, which is a very pretty manga. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera if I do it like this, but it's a very pretty manga, very pretty art. It's basically about, there's these people in the middle of a sand ocean on this boat called the Mud Whale. They don't know other people exist really until one day another mud boat essentially shows up and starts attacking them. And they have no idea why they're being attacked. Now that I think about it, the premise is a little bit similar to Attack on Titan, but these people have a power called Taimia, which is basically a magical power. And on their boat specifically, the people who have this power die very young, usually around age 30. And they realize when they get attacked that the people attacking them don't die young. So there's a whole mystery to why do their people die young? Why did they get attacked? Etc, etc. But it's very good, very pretty, a little slow at times, but if you're okay with slow pacing and you like a good mystery, you'll probably really like this one. This is an extra special part of my collection. It's a calico cat.
Where are you looking? There you go.
I thought I was looking at you.
No.
That's a calico cat. She is blinded by the soft boxes, but extra rare, very cute, and nobody else has it in their collection. It's just mine. And she's so cute.
Also old.
She's also old. Why you gotta mention that? Well, I mean, I guess it's quite an accomplishment. She is 19. I mean, look at this. She's a extra special 19 senior calico cat. Probably wants me to stop petting her so she can go back to licking herself now. So, moving on. Okay. Now we'll move on to the tiny shelf right here. So, starting with whatever this is, we got some Agretzko notepads. That is not manga. Some Japanese books, which, if you ever see this book, it's interesting because it takes some Miku and popular Vocaloid songs and it talks about like slang that's used in them and stuff like that to help you better understand the Japanese that they're using. Death Note, How to Read 13, which is funny because I don't even have Death Note in my collection. I don't know why, I just bought 13. And also the Los Angeles BB murder case, which was like a side story with L before the whole Kira thing. Dot Hack 4 Coma, which is a cute little 4 Coma series by Tokyo Pop, so I don't know how easy it is to find. But if you like the IMO cute games and also GU, you might like this because it's just a bunch of like short stories making fun of the games. And then another Japanese book that I have not used yet and need to get on that. Okay, so I feel weird because like I'm slouching down to like get to the manga, but I can't like fully bend down because then I'd be too short. So we're just gonna go with the awkwardness this is here. So I have Black Butler, 1, 2, oh my gosh, I can't read Roman numerals. What is this? The 5,
It's like
6,
28.
7, 8.
Oh wait,
No, that's 28.
no, you're right. That's 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1
It's a V.
1 to 28. Oh my gosh. No, look at her. Look at her. So cute. Gosh, I'm so easily distracted. Okay, back to me. So I have 1 to 28. A lot of people have a bad impression of Black Butler, mainly because of 10 years ago when the anime and like cosplay community stuff was going on. You had a lot of people cosplaying like Grell and just a lot of weird stuff in that fandom. The anime didn't do a very good job adapting it at first. And a lot of people don't understand how much of like a serious manga it is, especially when you get to like these later volumes right here, which really talks about Seal's past, and it's a very, very dark past. So if you're expecting a happy manga, Black Butler is definitely not it. It is very dark. So after Black Butler, we have some manga by Jun Mochizuki. So I have her first manga here, which is Crimson Shell. And then you can see some of her character designs were kind of reused for her bigger project, Pandora Hearts here, because Claudia and Alice look pretty similar. I mean, they're different characters. You can also see how much the art has improved as well from some of her first works to the ending of Pandora Hearts here. And what Pandora Hearts basically is, for those of you who don't know, it is very loosely, has like an Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe to it. They have these powers called chains, and they're based off of different characters from Alice in Wonderland. For example, this guy here has like a Mad Hatter chain. And then you have characters like this one, where his name is literally the Cheshire Cat. And of course you have like the main character's name is Alice and everything. So it's basically like a mystery story, lots of drama, and it has some pretty dark themes to it as well, and Alice in Wonderland elements. And then moving on to something completely different, we have Seven Deadly Sins, which is really cool because when you start collecting it, it has like a little image that it just keeps continuing as you collect the manga. I only have about half of it. I believe there's over 40 volumes and it is finished now, which this manga is basically just a fantasy type of world. It has different character types, like there's demons, there's giants, there's fairies and everything, goddesses and stuff like that. And then over here I have 1 to 5, and then oh gosh, where are my numerals? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. I am missing volume 11 of Trinity Blood, which I think a lot of people know what Trinity Blood is already, but unfortunately this was by Tokyo Pop, so it never finished. I think the manga for Trinity Blood actually did end pretty recently, maybe like a few years ago or something, but nobody else has really picked this up to continue translating it. I think Viz Media picked it up digitally, but to my knowledge they have not finished it. So I don't know who's ever gonna pick up Trinity Blood and actually do the manga the justice it deserves and finish it. That was our cat. She just woke up. If we move on down here, we have Demon Slayer, which I have the first 13 volumes of. And I think that also ended recently, which this one is basically about a guy who slays demons. His sister also happens to be a demon by accident, and he's trying to turn her back into a human. So I have Attack on Titan here, 1 to 8, and then 13 because I don't know why, I just need to pick up the other volumes and finish this because I believe it's ending soon, but I think everybody knows the basic gist of Attack on Titan. And then down here, gotta move the Beanie Babies out of the way. And the Sushi Cats. This is not manga, but these are keychains that basically say, "Why am I sushi?" And they're literally like cats and sushi that you can collect. But they're all random, so you never know what you're gonna get. But collect them all. And then I have like an Agretzko thingy-mabobber that came on a bag I got when I was at a Sanrio store. Okay, so down here we have Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 1 and 13. I can explain. Volume 13 I got from a friend. I only recently started collecting this, so I have Volume 1, but obviously I haven't started reading it yet, otherwise I would have more volumes in between. Then we got the Earl and the Fairy here, which is about, it's 4 volumes. I need to pick up the other 2. It's basically about a girl, right here, who can like communicate with fairies and the fairy realm and stuff like that, and is trying to help this guy kind of, not really, she kind of gets kidnapped. He's trying to like claim the title of something but needs like help of a fairy person. I'm great at explaining things. And then, what?
Nothing.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but it's romance, so it's fairies and romance, basically. Then I have the first two volumes of Maji, which I got from a friend, so I haven't continued, but I've watched the anime, just haven't continued the manga. I have one volume of Noragami, which I picked up used at a bookstore, but I have not continued, so only volume 1. And then for whatever reason, rather than collecting Attack on Titan to get more volumes, for some reason I picked up an encyclopedia on the characters, which I don't know why I did. I should have just bought another volume. And then I have one volume of One Punch Man, which I probably, I don't know if I'll continue or not, just because I've been watching the anime more. Excuse you. There is manga to be talked about. Okay. And then down here I have a series called Otamen, which I only started picking up because a friend told me it was good, so I pick it up used, and I buy whatever I find that's in good quality, but I can't read it because I don't have volume 2. And that's basically it for this shelf. To the next shelf! Welcome to bookshelf number 3, which sits below a lot of figures. I'll show it in a different video. Not now. But as you can see, there's figures here as well. I was gonna remove them, but that would be too much work. So I'm just gonna point to the manga. So up here is a lot of Dot Hack, which is also by Tokyo Pop, because Tokyo Pop was really the only people who adapted Dot Hack. Poorly. They did it poorly. There's a lot of mistranslations in the Dot Hack series. I tried to put them in order of like how they occurred based on the timeline. Dot Hack Link, which was like that game that came out with, what's his face? Tokyo? This red-haired guy. So there's like a game later that has Tokyo, Kite, Haseo, and I think Tsukasa. They like all appear in it or something. Okay, and then after all the Dot Hack, I have the manga adaptation of Your Name, which honestly, it's basically exactly like the movie. So there's really no reason to buy it in manga unless you really like it, but it's exactly the same. This is by the person who made Black Butler. Oh, it is Rust Blaster. Okay.
It's like CLR for manga.
What?
Gets rid of rust.
What?
Never mind, they'll get it.
Oh, I get it now. I don't remember what it's about. I think I only read half of it. I think it's about vampires. I think. They look like vampires. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. So, moving on from this. Then down here we have, oh god. Remember how I talked about Vocaloid adaptions and how some Vocaloid songs should just stay Vocaloid songs? This is a good example of that. Acute should have just stayed a song. It should never have been adapted into a manga, and apparently it has a novel as well, which I have not read. But have you guys ever seen School Days? Because that's basically what this is. And if you know what I'm talking about with School Days, then you can imagine how this manga turned out. It's better as a song, it's better as a Project Diva video adaptation, but any other adaptation just, it was not a good time. And then I have Karakuri Odete? Odette? Odete? I'm gonna say Odete. From what I remember, she's just a robot. It's basically a robot. She bugs a guy who's a living human in her school, and then there's like more robots that appear or something. Here we have Yu Yu Hakusho 1-19, which is by Togashi, the same person who's also made Hunter x Hunter. And then we have some Yu Yu Hakusho figures right here, because they just sit very nicely in front of the manga. And you can also see the Fizz Media curse with their logo again. Old Fizz Media, and then new Fizz Media. And it's like can Viz Media just stick with one logo? Okay, so now we move on. Onto the ground. So, as we move links, link is not manga. So I have Are You Alice, 1 to 12, and then I have 12 in Japanese, which is also like the special edition or whatever. So they have different covers. And then this volume also came with the Are You Alice Ultimate Answer, which I cannot understand because I do not speak Japanese. I am learning Japanese, but I doubt I could understand anything if I even tried it right now. So that is for a maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll understand it. Then we have Tegami Bachi here. They have like an artificial sun. You have like these people called letter bees who like deliver letters with like people's hearts and feelings in them. They get attacked by like these giant bugs that are trying to eat people's hearts, and they have to take their guns and they go like pew pew and try to kill these weird bug thingies. Anyway, it's 20 volumes, but it actually is like just a lot of adventure in there. Okay, so now we're in the hidden manga section of places you can't see, but it fits, so it goes in here. But the reason it's hidden anyway is because it's Japanese manga, so it's not like anybody can read it. But I read this manga on a site that doesn't exist anymore, so I know what happens in the story. A lot of them aren't officially in English, so I collect them in Japanese in hopes that one day, eventually, it will be released in English. Because for some reason, everything I don't like that shoujo manga gets adapted in English, and everything I do like never makes it out of Japan. So I have all volumes of Nanaka no Kare, which is what this manga is called, which is 14 volumes, which, let's see, my favorite volume because Hayata is best boy, fight me, for anybody who knows what this manga is. Anyway, moving on. Oh my gosh, what's this manga called in English? Kage no? It's called something. I'll put whatever it's called while I edit it. But it's like about an awkward girl. It's like, imagine a shoujo manga that has all of the stereotypical things that you can imagine, but funny. We are here at bookshelf number, what number is this? 4? Starting with, we got D. Gray Man, 1 to 25. If you've ever wanted to get into D. Gray Man, you can collect slowly because it's a slow release. The author is usually always sick. I think she has an injury with her hand, so not only are the chapters released very slowly, but the manga volumes are released very slowly as well, which actually I think there's a new one now, so I have 1 to 25. I think volume 26 came out though. Then I have Rurouni Kenshin here, up to 28. And then we have a series that I see other people collect, but it seems like a lot of people have a hard time collecting the full thing, understandably so, because it was from Tokyopop. So you have Samurai Deeper Kyo here, and it goes up till 34 by Tokyopop, and then Tokyopop went under, and then a company called Del Rey picked it up and put the last 4 volumes in these like omnibuses, and I believe Del Rey also went under as well. So the last volumes are usually pretty hard to find. And then anytime I ordered fruits baskets from Right Stuff, they just kept sending me sticker collections, and I don't know what to do with them. This is the only box set I have, but it is Claymore, which I have not read yet, but I've seen the anime, and after watching the anime, I decided I had to get the box set. Because look at how pretty it is. It's actually very colorful. I actually need to get my butt on this and start reading this because it's a really good series. Hello everyone. This is my last bookshelf. It's very difficult to film. So you're just gonna have to deal with me looking ridiculous like this. It's double stacked, so this will be fun. So first I have the case study of Fenitas, which is by the same person who made Pandora Hearts. But this time, it's about vampires. Ooh, spooky. Pandora Hearts didn't have a set location. Fenitas takes place in Paris. which is interesting. Then I have Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, which is basically a tale on Beauty and the Beast, where this girl gets sent as like a sacrifice to the King of Beasts, where she's meant to be like eaten alive kind of thing and everything. But he doesn't do that, and then it just goes into this whole thing of she's going to become queen now, and all the beast people are just like, we don't like this. And here I have of the Red, the Light, and the Ayakashi, which is based on a video game. It's actually really just volumes 1 to 9, and then volume 10 is like backstories. But if you like kind of like Japanese yokai and folklore stuff, you'd probably like this. Then I have The Water Dragon's Bride, which is about a girl who as a child basically falls into her backyard pond and gets transported into like a pre-modern Japan where everybody thinks she's the devil because she has red hair kind of thing, and then she gets sacrificed to the water god. And instead of just letting her die, he actually takes an interest in her and is just like, maybe I'll let you live and not let you die like all these other sacrifices brought before me. Then here I have Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, which is just a cute series about a girl who falls in love with an idol, basically. So it's kind of like a take on Cinderella. Okay. And then down here, hopefully you can see as I have this light on me, we have Kami-sama Kiss, which is known by most people as Kami-sama Hajimemashita. But they translated it, Fizz translated it to Kami-sama Kiss, probably because it's easier to say, as I mess up on my words. But it has a lot of things of Japanese yokai, like foxes, different kinds of demons and folklore and stuff like that. And of course there's romance in it. I have everyone's getting married 1 to 4 and then 7 to 9. I do not have 5 and 6 because they weren't in stock. And now I can't continue reading until I find them in stock, so. So it's a series about an older couple. If you're around that age where everybody around you is kind of getting married, which is basically the title of everyone's getting married. It's like, are you getting married? Are you not getting married? So it kind of just has a lot of topics on the themes of marriages, of like, is marriage right for me? Is marriage not right for me? Blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. Here we have A Devil and Her Love Song. It's by the same person who made that Japanese manga I showed earlier, Nanuka no Kare. But guess what? This one was actually translated into English. Why aren't they translating Nanuka? I don't know. They translated A Devil and Her Love Song, which is basically, I don't know how to explain it. It's basically just like a romance manga, and like, because of how this girl looks scary or whatever, people are like afraid of her, but she's actually really sweet. And it's just about her like finding romance and making friends and stuff like that. Then I have Le Coeur d'Oro here, which is also based off, I think, an otome game. But this actually has her ending up with a guy in the end. So I don't know if I should say which guy she ends up with, but I'm sure anybody who's into this series probably has a clue of which guy that is. But yeah, she does end up with a set guy at the end, because I'm pretty sure this is based off of some kind of otome game. But a much older one, because this is a much older series. I'll start with Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, which is a cute manga about a girl who, everybody, to the rest of the world, it appears like she has like multiple personalities or DID. But in reality, she's actually possessed by multiple spirits. So it goes through basically this guy trying to help her kind of like reclaim herself so that the spirits can move on. Fall in Love with a Comic, which is basically exactly like it sounds. It's Fall in Love like a comic. Love Phobia. There's supposed to be 3 volumes of it, but I can't find volume 3 anywhere. I don't think it ever got released. In fact, I don't really remember what this is about. I bought it on a whim, but I don't remember it being, like, exceptional. But I don't know how it ends, and I will never know, because despite how many times I look, I cannot find volume 3. So it'll be incomplete forever. And then I randomly have volumes of Hunter x Hunter in Japanese. I don't have it in English, but I have random volumes in Japanese for some reason. And then I have volume 1 of Kami-sama in Japanese, which I got from a friend because she was getting rid of it. This is by the same guy who did 7 Deadly Sins, but it's like short stories. You can also see what Meliodas and Elizabeth looked like in their kind of like prototypes. And then 1 volume of Madoka Magica. Only 1. I don't have the other ones. The anime is the original anyway, so I would recommend watching that. Okay, now it's a test to see if can I remember what these names are in English. I think this one is called Anitomo, or My Brother's Friend. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's about this girl who falls in love with her brother's friend. So that's it. That's basically the series. This is not complete. I just buy this randomly whenever I go to Kinokuniya, when I go to Los Angeles. Then we have this one, which I don't understand why it's not translated in English. It is called A Hedgehog in Love. And with hedgehogs being so popular right now, how can you not translate this manga? It's so cute. And there's only 5 volumes. And then this one, I think I'm missing a volume. But it's called The World's Best Boyfriend, or as it says on here, The World Best Boyfriend. It should say World's Best Boyfriend. But it's cute because it's about a girl who wants her boyfriend to kind of like abuse her and kind of be a tsundere to her. She basically wants a bad boy, but then ends up going out with this guy who's the complete opposite. And she's like, oh, maybe I don't like bad boys that much. And then a rival comes in later who is exactly everything she thought she originally wanted. And then drama. And then the last Japanese manga I have here is, gosh, what's this called in English? It's like, There's Something Wrong with Hoshigami-kun, which is about this girl who has a love triangle with these 2 twins, who are basically the opposite. But the author does a really good job of making you think, which twin is she going to end up with? And there's twin shenanigans of the twins pretending to be each other. And it gets really confusing, but it's pretty cute, and there's only 5 volumes. It is complete. And it's not in English. None of these are in English. But I read them all online, like I said, as everything falls over, when that site existed, but it doesn't anymore. That's it. That's my collection. I hope you enjoyed this episode of where can I fit this manga in all this tight space? It changes every time. I collect more manga as I hit my manga. One day, I will get real bookshelves. One day, when I have space. But in the meantime, it just gets placed wherever it fits, and I have to remember where it's at if I want to read it. But I'll do more collection videos in the future. Hopefully I'll have a better setup by then. Hello everybody! It is August. What was that? Oh no! What fell over? Oh, it was a Gretzko. She's not happy about that. Oh. Yay. Are you ruining this video?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Pandora Hearts didn't have... That is my cat. Pandora Hearts didn't have a set location. Excuse me. Shush. There is filming in place. Thank you guys so much for watching. I forgot to film an outro, so here are some clips of Scooter that we filmed while making this video. Let me know what your favorite manga is in the comments below. And if you also happen to have a tight space, let me know how you store all of your manga. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys in my next video.